This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
.45, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The morning news edited by Danushka Madhavala, read by Soundithavam. The final rites of the most venerable Agamaha Pandita Kotugoda Dhammavasa Thera will take place today. The President says the governors and district secretaries should play a major role in regional development activities. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 cases surpass 90,000 and 2 more COVID-19 deaths bring the tally to 554. All grades of the Western Province schools to reopen on March 29th. A pharmaceutical manufacturing zone to be established in Anuradhapura. In world news, coronavirus, EU and the UK to try to end row with win-win on vaccines. The final rites of the most venerable Agamaha Pandita Kotugoda Dhammavasa Thera will take place today, and today has been declared as a day of national mourning. Accordingly, all liquor stores, taverns and meat shops in the Colombo district will remain closed today. The most venerable Agamaha Pandita Kotugoda Dhammavasa Thera, the Mahanayaka of the Sri Lanka Amarapura Mahanikaya, passed away on Monday morning while receiving treatment at a private hospital in Colombo. The remains of the late most venerable Thera is currently placed at the Dharmalamapara temple in Mount Lavinia for the public to pay their respects. The final rites of the late most venerable Agamaha Pandita Kotugoda Dhammavasa Thera will be conducted at Independence Square today with full state honours. The late most venerable Agamaha Pandita Kotugoda Dhammavasa Thera was 88 years of age at the time of his demise. The passing away of the most venerable Agamaha Pandita Kotugoda Dhammavasa Thera, the Mahanayaka of the Sri Lanka Amarapura Mahanikaya, brings immense sorrow to all the Buddhists, including himself, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa said in a condolence message yesterday. The message added, quote, "It is with utmost respect I recall my close association with the Nayaka Thera and the life experience I earned through it on this mournful occasion. Venerable Kotugoda Dhammavasa Mahanayaka Thera was not only known to the local Buddhist devotees but to the entire Buddhist world as well. The Thera's style of preaching Buddha's teachings was able to captivate both the young and old alike. The most venerable Thera was well versed in the conduct laid down by the Buddha. As a result, the erudite Thera was honoured by the Mahasangha of Sri Lanka and the rest of the world," unquote, he added. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says the governors and district secretaries should play a major role in regional development activities. The main objective of this whole exercise is to provide the benefits to the common masses. These development activities should not be delayed under any circumstances. President Rajapaksa emphasized it is the responsibility of the governors and district secretaries to expedite this process. The President made these comments addressing a meeting held at the Presidential Secretariat last morning. The governors of the provinces and district secretaries attended this meeting. It is also mentioned that some projects have not been initiated, although the necessary funds have been allocated. The President stated that these projects should be initiated and implemented without delay. It has been decided to reopen all grades of schools in the Western Province for academic activities next Monday. Previously, it was decided that schools will reopen for all grades in the Western Province on April 19th. However, it has now been moved forward by 3 weeks. The decision has been approved by the Director General of Health Services, Dr. Asela Gunawardena. Meanwhile, academic activities of grades 5, 11 and 13 in the schools of the Western Province commenced earlier this month. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
The Speed Investment Plan from Sri Lanka Insurance. Give a high five to life.
The Ceylon Electricity Board Chairman Vijitha Herath said that the Kalanitis dual-cycle power plant, which is inactive since 2019 due to a technical fault, will be active and add 165 megawatts of power to the national grid from April 4th after necessary repairs and to the turbines. Addressing the media, he said, the power plant is currently undergoing restoration and being tested. The chairman added that the power plant is wholly owned by the Ceylon Electricity Board and started generating power in 2003 with a capacity of 165 megawatts. 110 megawatts is generated by gas turbines and the remaining 55 megawatts by steam. After necessary repairs to the steam turbine on July 19, 2019, it was reconnected to the national grid on October 12, 2019. But once again, there was a breakdown in the gas turbine. Since the repair is mainly done by the company that supplied the turbine, it was once more referred to the relevant company for repairs. That concludes the local news.
Introducing Speed Investment with Sri Lanka Insurance, the only insurance policy that increases your sum assured by 5% every year for the same premium amount. You also get a bonus payment at maturity. What better plan to have when you can invest now and relax later? The Speed Investment Plan from Sri Lanka Insurance. Give a high five to life. Sri Lanka Insurance. Like a father, like a mother.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya.
Sri Lanka registered more positive cases of COVID-19 yesterday. Thereby, Sri Lanka detected 238 new positive cases of COVID-19 within the day. As per statistics, the total number of COVID-19 infections confirmed so far in the country now stands at 91,018. Recoveries from the virus, meanwhile, climbed to 87,630 earlier yesterday as 324 more patients regained health. However, 2,836 active cases are still under medical care at selected hospitals and treatment centres across the island. Total lives claimed by the pandemic outbreak sits at 554 at present. That came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
Moving on to Watchlight, environmentalists say that the coral reef in the southern sea areas are facing a threat of destruction. They warn that it was due to the sand mining in the area. The coral reefs in Hikkaduwa are facing severe threats. If this coral reef is destroyed, it will pose a huge impact to the tourism industry as well. The environmentalists point out that attention should be focused to protect this valuable ecosystem for the future of this country and came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In the headlines of the world news, in coronavirus news, the EU and the UK try to end row with win-win on vaccines. India temporarily halts Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine exports. And British artist Giant Painting raises £45 million for children's charities. After weeks of tensions over COVID vaccine supplies, the UK government and European Commission have said they are working together to improve their relationship over the pandemic. They said they wanted to create a win-win situation and expand vaccine supply for all their citizens. The Commission earlier proposed tougher export controls on vaccines amid tensions over AstraZeneca supplies. Prime Minister Boris Johnson warned that blockades were not sensible. India has placed a temporary hold on all exports of the Oxford AstraZeneca coronavirus vaccine. The Indian Foreign Ministry sources have told the BBC that rising cases meant domestic demand was expected to pick up in the coming weeks, and so the doses were needed for India's own rollout. The move, described as a temporary squeeze by officials, is expected to affect supplies until the end of April. Some 190 countries under the COVAX scheme are likely to be affected. The scheme, which is led by the World Health Organization, aims to ensure vaccines are shared fairly among all nations. India's largest vaccine manufacturer, the Serum Institute of India, has delayed shipments of the AstraZeneca jab to several countries in recent days, including the UK and Brazil. The world's largest painting, which was created by British artist Sacha Jeffrey, has been sold for £45 million to raise funds for children's charities. Jeffrey spent 8 months painting the 1,600 square meters artwork in a deserted hotel's ballroom in Dubai. He planned to sell it in 70 parts, but French cryptocurrency businessman Henri Abjoun has bought the whole work. The price makes it one of the most expensive paintings ever sold at an auction by a living artist. Back to the headlines of the world news. Coronavirus news, the EU and the UK to try to end row with win-win on vaccines. India temporarily holds Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine exports. And British artist giant painting raises £45 million for children's charities. That concludes this bulletin of world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News is brought to you by Nivea along with CIB. Valuable gift vouchers for every bill payment and 20% discount for bank card holders during 16th to 30th March. Our product, our place. CIB.
Core Cabinet spokesman and Mass Media Minister K.L. Rambakwala said the Cabinet of Ministers granted their consent to the proposal made by the Minister of Health, Pavitra Vanyarachi, to establish the Anuradhapura Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Zone. Speaking at the weekly Cabinet briefing held at the Government Information Department yesterday, Minister Rambakwala said that it has been planned to establish the Anuradhapura Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Zone in Oyamadua, where the Datakirula exhibition was held. That came to you in Development News.
Development News was brought to you by Nivea along with CIB. Valuable gift vouchers for every bill payment and 20% discount for bank card holders during 16th to 30th March. Our product, our place. CIB.
Moving on to sports news, the Netherlands began their 2022 World Cup qualifying campaign with a surprise defeat by Turkey. The Dutch, runners-up in 2010, fell behind when Burak Yilmaz's deflected shot wrong-footed goalkeeper Tim Krul. Yilmaz then converted a penalty before Hakan Calhanoglu curled in a third. Memphis Depay saw a late spot kick save for the Dutch, who threatened to fight back via goals from Davy Klaassen and Luc de Jong, but Yilmaz's superb free kick rounded off the scoring. It proved a difficult evening for the Netherlands, who initially struggled to trouble Urgan Khan Kakir in the Turkey goal. That's sports news. We look at business news next.
Contributory deposit of ₹1,000 from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The Cabinet of Ministers have granted approval for the importation of suspended ceramic products on a 180-day loan basis. The Cabinet has also approved the importation of batik and handloom, garments and textiles on a 90-day loan basis. The Gazette notification number 2214/56 issued on 11th February 2021 under the Import and Export Control Act number 1 of 1969 allows importation of suspended ceramic products on a 180-day loan basis and the importation of saris other than batik and handloom garments and textiles on a 90-day loan basis. The proposal made by the Prime Minister to submit the relevant Gazette notification to Parliament has been approved by the Cabinet. That's business news, economic news to follow.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
The Cabinet of Ministers have approved a proposal to purchase 7 million doses of Russia's Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccines, the Department of Government Information said. The Cabinet has approved a proposal put forward by the Minister of Health to purchase 7 million doses of Russian-made Sputnik V vaccine at a cost of $69.65 million. The Sputnik vaccine has been approved for emergency use in Sri Lanka by the National Medicine Regulatory Authority. The Ministry of Health plans to vaccinate 14 million Sri Lankans against the COVID-19 virus through the purchase of this stock of vaccines. That's economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasir, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Cloudy skies can be expected over the southern half of the island. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in the Sabragamur, western, northwestern and central provinces and in the Gaul, Matara and Mannar districts during the evening or night. Fairly heavy falls above 75 millimeters can be expected at some places in the above areas. Showers will occur in the eastern and Uva provinces and in the Hambantota district. Showers will occur in the coastal areas of Gaul and Matara during the morning too.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasir, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
To conclude this morning's news broadcast, a recap of the headlines. The final rites of the most venerable Agamaha Pandita Kotugoda Dhammavasa Thera will take place today. The President says the governors and district secretaries should play a major role in regional development activities. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 cases surpassed 90,000 and 2 more COVID-19 deaths brings the tally to 554. All grades of the Western Province schools to reopen on March 29th. A pharmaceutical manufacturing zone to be established in Anuradhapura. And in coronavirus news, the EU and the UK try to end row with win-win on vaccines. That concludes this morning's news broadcast, and now it's back to your hostess, Geetanjali Ramanayaka. Good morning, Geetanjali, and it's all yours.